There's a tour company here called 360 Monte. There were 2 tours that I looked at that were really interesting, and I ended up booking both of them. So the first one, it was the North Montenegro tour. Our guide, Slavko, started the tour by telling us, half-jokingly, that we'd cover 45% of Montenegro in one day. The first stop was a photo stop. From here, we could see the 2 small islands in front of Perast, the man-made Our Lady of the Rocks and the natural St. George Island.
The original name of the country is Crna Gora. That's how we call our country. Crna means Black Gora Forest Mountain.
The second stop was an incredible view of the bay from above. From here, we were finally driving away from Kotor Bay and heading inland. I soon realized that Montenegro's natural landscape varies dramatically within short distances. It's an incredible sight to see and would be highlighted over the course of this tour and the next. Slano Lake, or Salt Lake, is situated near the city of Njegoš. Even though this lake was artificially created in 1950 due to the construction of a hydroelectric power plant, it's actually home to plenty of birds and fish. Finally, it was time for breakfast. Floyd Coffee Shop is a cafe/restaurant just on the side of the road. After this, there was quite a bit of driving to do as we headed north for DaVinci National Park. Tara Bridge is a concrete bridge of 5 arches that sits over what is known as the deepest canyon in Europe, with the clear turquoise waters of the Tara River running through it. Originally built between 1937 to 1940, it was partially destroyed during World War II, then rebuilt in 1946. Nowadays, it's very popular with tourists, and you can even zip line over the canyon. Those looking for less of an adrenaline rush can just walk across the bridge. Also within DaVinci National Park is Black Lake, the largest of 18 glacial lakes in the park. Time for a late lunch. There was this cat that was just hanging around in the restaurant, and it really wanted the lamb on my plate, which I was mostly done with, so it was all scraps, but it was just determined. Not for you. Oh boy. We were heading towards the last stop of the tour, but first we needed to drive up a narrow road with almost a dozen hairpin turns. Set into the side of a cliff 900 meters above sea level, Ostrog Monastery is an incredible sight to behold, and being there at sunset made the experience all the more magical. Founded by Saint Lavalier in the 17th century, it is a popular pilgrimage site for Orthodox Christians. So then as we're driving back down, the sun has already set, it's getting dark, and we made a little pit stop at a gas station and a cafe, and the guide was like, oh, the cakes are really good here.
Who's pan for you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's mostly cream.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
Just like do whatever you gotta do.
After an amazing day on the North Montenegro tour, I was very excited to see what the second tour I booked had in store. This one is called the Great Montenegro Tour.
Rules are different. Yeah.
Like the other tour, the first stop was a photo stop. And so then he continues the drive up, and we're driving on what's called the Serpentine Road. This road connects Kotor to Cetinje, but this Serpentine section is particularly famous. Not only is it narrow and curvy, it gains over 400 meters of elevation in 26 hairpin turns.
It's interesting driving in the middle of the road. It's funny when you see the big guys and the small cars, like afraid and like moving like they have a half of a meter.
It's funny because like even in between each bend, the road isn't straight, it's like curvy. So this entire time you're like this.
You have a space one, right? I don't have there is, not enough. You need to move more in front.
I think all Singaporeans would feel like to get their license if they have to test on this road.
So then we reached the top, and then we get another photo stop.
Bay region, Heras on the corner, then this mountain Vermets. She's sharing the Kotor Bay region from Ativat.
So then we drive to the Mausoleum of Njegoš, one of their great kings, but died very young, and who asked to be buried at the top of this mountain.
What does it mean? That's crazy.
After filling up with some fuel at the restaurant below the mausoleum, we started up the 460 steps.
She's much more easier with these stairs to reach to the top. Also from here.
It actually wasn't so bad. I soon found myself at the top of Mount Lofchen, 1,660 meters above the sea. The mausoleum was right ahead. Deep within the crypt of the mausoleum lay the beloved poet Prince Njegoš, who ruled between 1830 to 1851. Behind the mausoleum, you can continue on to a dedicated viewpoint. It is said that on a clear day, you can see 5 different countries from here: Italy, Serbia, Croatia, Albania, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Continuing on our way, we headed into Cetinje. This was the old royal capital of Montenegro before it was decided in the mid-1900s that Podgorica would become the capital city. I was immediately struck by how pleasant and charming the town felt, likely boosted by the sunny autumn weather. Our guide took us on a walk around Cetinje, telling us stories about the historical buildings. I made a mental note to spend some more time here if I get to return to Montenegro one day. And we also saw a wedding procession. We then headed further south to Skadar Lake National Park, where we first made a quick photo stop at the Pavlova Strana viewpoint. Here, the lake turns into a river and bends around like a horseshoe. The landscape looks different yet again. Here, it's green and lush, and I could see lily pads on the water. Luckily, we didn't have to only admire this from a distance, as our next stop would bring us right onto the water for what was probably my favorite stop of the day. Lake Skadar actually stretches across the border into Albania and is known for its biodiversity. It's one of Europe's largest bird reserves, with around 270 species of birds. This boat ride took us right around the horseshoe bend that we saw from above. At 3 p.m., it was time for lunch, apparently.
Really? Yeah. So I had like 3 cup noodles.
Really?
Yeah.
The sun was setting fast, but we had a few more photo stops. A view of the Budva Riviera, a night view of Budva's old town, and finally, back in Kotor, a view of the fortress walls all lit up. You could see that it's in the shape of a lion, and so the legend has it that the lion is guarding the people of Old Town Kotor.